Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to embark on a journey to the moon, and we invite all of you to be part of something extraordinary. Not only are we going to have a fantastic reunion, we're going to have an opportunity to make a positive impact on the world. Today, we have a charity. The charity cause is going to transcend TTRPGs, and we're going to rally behind the Newark Science and Sustainability Inc., which is a community-driven 501c3 nonprofit, which is based in my hometown of Newark, New Jersey. It's on a mission to create generational sustainability through educational programs, agricultural training, and community green development initiatives. They're using eco-conscious communities to promote healthy food access locally and globally. And every contribution, whether large or small, is going to fuel their efforts into building a more sustainable and compassionate world. As we weave these tales of amnesia and rediscovery on the moon, we're also going to wave a tapestry of support, and together we're going to make a difference that reaches beyond all of our imaginations. With that said, we're going to start. We're going to set the setting.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday! Happy belated birthday.
Yes, so this is my birthday stream, so thank you for that. So thank you, Panda Shlanda, for your $25 donation. I appreciate you.
Me.
So we have 5 people with us today. I'm going to just go from how I see it, at least, go right across. So we have Malak. You were with us for another charity stream before. Tamara, you were also with a charity stream before. I think actually it might have been my last birthday one. And then Elise, Berlin, and Kelvin are all from campaigns separately that weren't posted online. So people in the audience might not recognize them, but we are all characters from campaigns. Now, for today, we're going to be a little bit different, and we're going to kind of suspend disbelief for a bit as all of us basically step into a high school auditorium with an atmosphere that's both enchanting and disconcerting. A peculiar blend of familiarity and otherworldliness. The space is dimly lit with moonlight streaming through large, indestructible windows, offering glimpses of a lunar surface beyond. There are hastily strung fairy lights crisscrossing your ceiling, casting a soft glow that dances along makeshift banners, streamers of silver and blue, occasionally catching the light in mesmerizing spectacles. There's balloons of odd shapes, some resembling celestial bodies, bobbing up and down on the dance floor. They're tied with ribbons that shimmer like moonbeams. And there's a stage to the front of the auditorium, adorned with mismatched collection of props, iconic high school activities, and lunar motifs. And a banner reading "Moonlight Memories" hanging slightly askew. Emblematic of the DIY efforts of a high school reunion. Centered beneath the soft glow of a flickering disco ball, the dance floor beckons with a mix of familiar and uncanny tunes emanating from an ancient-looking sound system. The rhythmic beats create an otherworldly ambience as the high school cliches turn dancers sway into the mysterious rhythm. And the corners of the dance floor, tables with flickering tea lights offer a peculiar vantage point for those looking to observe the surreal dance of characters rediscovering their true selves. Moon pies and oddly shaped sandwiches adorn the catering display, as well as some other otherworldly culinary experiences. As each of you enter, I would just like you to describe yourself. So this is your high school persona, although 10 years post. So we'll start with Malak, as you are the first to enter into the high school. Just give a quick description, like physically what they see as like entering in.
So you see this very, very large, green-skinned, was it an ogre, I think? Oh, troll. He's a troll.
Troll.
He's got little tiny glasses on his big nose, and he's got collared shirt with the pocket protector.
Oh, like the white dress shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's you can see pins on his little front pocket. So yeah, he's a nerd.
All right, so you're one of the first to arrive. The music's already playing, the food is already served. There are round tables you can sit at, or just areas to mingle, such as the buffet or on the dance floor. Where does Malak first go?
Oh, the classic nerd thing where he goes to the corner where nobody is. He just stands there.
You go into a slightly darkened corner and just stand there awkwardly.
Yes.
Next, we have Tamara. As you enter, please just give a short description of yourself as you enter into this high school reunion.
Tamara hasn't changed much since high school in terms of fashion. So she's wearing a long sleeve lace dress, pretty long. It's like a corset, but like it's very subtle, not very like obviously ribbed or anything. She's wearing heeled boots with a yellow sole, and then like an umbrella that like seems like it's lacy and delicate, but it's pretty functional. She walks straight to the bar.
Straight to the bar. All right. Brillin, we'll start with you next. As you enter into the high school, just give a physical description of your character.
All right, so Berlin's this kind of like tall, mostly on the lanky side, half elf girl. She's got, like bright red hair. She kind of just like walks in, like struts, 100% confidence in full cosplay. She's in a full Naruto cosplay, bandana and everything. And she is also going to go straight to the snack table.
Perfect. All right. So the snack table and the drink table are pretty close. So Elise and Brillin, you're in the same area. Malak is still off in nowhere. We'll come now to Elise. You came in next. If you can give a description of yourself.
Elise is average height, got blonde hair similar to this. She'll be wearing just a white shirt, gloves on her hands, and indescript sweatpants that are somehow long, so they don't touch the floor, but you still can't see her feet. You assume she has on sneakers. And she'll head over to the snack bar also.
Okay. And then finally, we have Kelvin. As you enter, you can give your description.
Tall, fairly thin man wearing an oversized hoodie, goggles around his neck. He has burns all over his arms and hands, a few on his face, tan skin, and singed hair. And he'll head straight over to the snack table, too.
All right. So the majority of people are with the food and drinks. Malak, as you're here and you're by yourself, I would like from you whatever is closest to a perception check.
Awareness, probably.
Okay, yeah, give me an awareness.
All right.
And that's a DC 10.
5.
So with a 5, so you don't pass the 10, so you get an adversity token.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you do notice is that obviously this is a high school reunion. There's not 5 high schoolers. So there's other people around, but really these other 4 people are the only ones that you care about and the only ones that you can like actually look at for very long. The other ones you're kind of just ignoring for one reason or another. But they're all together, and you definitely recognize them. You know their names, and you remember them from high school. So if you would like to use that as a stepping stone in order to go back and kind of see them, you could do that. Or if you wish to stay off to the side, you can do that as well.
That's a good question. I think he's going to make his way over, but he's going to like slowly like make his way over. So it's going to be a minute before he gets over there.
All right.
Trying to get up the courage to do it.
While Malak is readying himself, the 4 of you are at either the punch bowl or the snacks. Laid before you, you see moon pies, you see a big cake, and little snacks here and there, hors d'oeuvres and whatnot. And they're just laying out on the table for you to take as you wish. And the 4 of you are seeing each other. This is probably the first time you've seen each other for as long as you can remember. It's been forever. And as you look at each other, you recognize each other's names and you remember like the vagueness of who they were in high school. You were never like best friends or anything like that. But you know who each other are. So if you want to make that awkward reunion small talk, you can do so now.
Hey, guys. It's been a while.
Some reunion.
Sure brings back memories.
Brillin, when you say that, give me a history check.
10.
So with a 10, I would say that it's at least aware to you because you say like, oh, this brings back memories. It doesn't. It does not bring back any memories. You have no memories of this place. Like you remember remembering, but you don't actually remember it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just going to pretend that I do anyway, so. Yeah, of course I remember this place.
All right. So at this point, Malak has finally joined the group. There's 5 of you. What I would like from Kelvin as a stoner is, again, the closest to perception. that you have.
I think that'd be it's either comprehend or know the zone. Oh my goodness.
Give me a comprehend. Okay, so you got 2 6s.
2 6s.
All right. So with 2 6s on that, you look around, and similar to what Malak was experiencing earlier, you see that like there are other people. You're aware that there's a crowd around you. You recognize these 4 people, not again as your friends, but you recognize them. These other people are almost like an enigma. Like you see the fact that, oh, there are other people around, but you don't see individuals. It's a very strange sensation. And having been on various substances before, it's not a completely unusual feeling, but it's definitely a noticeable feeling. And none of you are jocks or anything, so okay. All right, we'll skip that part. All right, so Malak, you have joined the group. You see Brillin, who is a weeb, which is, I guess, closest to your subtype of nerd.
Full Naruto cosplay. Yatedayo.
He like pushes up his glasses. He's like, "Hello." I guess his voice would be very low. It's like, "Hello."
Hey, Malak. Right. Yep, I remember you. How's it going, buddy?
That's his name.
I'm fine.
You still got those same those little glasses I see from like 10 years ago. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Just like me, I haven't been to the eye doctor in 10 years. He's like, "Can I join?"
Yeah,
Sure.
come on in. Yeah, sure. You know, there's
Come on in,
plenty
man.
of room for
And
everybody.
he's gonna like grab some
We don't
snacks.
bite.
What do you think
I mean,
Malak's
speak for
favorite
yourself.
food would have been?
Oh, probably anything with meat.
Okay. You do see that there is like a meatloaf available.
An entire meatloaf.
Yeah, there's just a straight up meatloaf on the table. With a knife, you can cut it, but you know.
Yeah, he just grabs it
That
by
high
the
school
hand.
meatloaf.
He grabs a little fork and starts cutting it. It's like the size of his like thumb.
I think you're gonna need a bigger plate, my guy.
Elise, I would also like from you the closest to a perception check that you have. A moderate result. You see off to the side a light kind of turn on, and it illustrates a charity event. Haha. And you see a little box with a slit in it, which is taking donations. And to the left of it, you see this big cardboard thermometer, and it's literally halfway up. So below it is red, and above it is white. And there's numbers off to the side. But yeah, you see that they're taking money. Basically, it's, oh, this is for the next class kind of thing, the next senior class or whatever, asking the alumni to donate. So if you or anyone else would like to go over and donate, you may do so. Or if you would like to talk about it or ignore it, that's also a valid response.
Do we have any money on us?
Yeah.
Yes. So whatever your characters would have had as gold or other currency is like a 1-to-1 with money. So for like Kelvin, your bullets would be money.
I'm dead broke.
Kinda caring.
If anyone would like to, they can, or you can ignore it completely. It's completely up to you.
Tamara grabs like 2 gold coins from the tops of her boots. Just like sticks it onto the thermometer and like as increasing the height instead of giving it to whomever it's supposed to be given to. And says that should do the trick.
Wait, so you put the gold into the thermometer?
Yeah, like I just stick it on the top of like the red line and just deal with it.
So you don't put it in the box, you put it onto the thermometer. Okay.
Yeah.
There's two coins on the top of the red line of the
Gold
thermometer.
coins. They were not cheap
Gold-
here.
I don't know if that counts, but
Is there any money in the box?
presumably.
Could I try stealing money from the box?
Sure. Give me a sleight of hand check, but with disadvantage.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, so with a 6 + 2, that's an 8. You look at the box. There's a slit on it, which is just big enough for like a folded piece of bill, and you're like, I'm gonna stick my hand in that, and it does not fit. So you just are standing there with like your fingers jammed in, and that's about it. Give me a perception check.
I perceive so well. That's a 16.
With a 16, as you stick your fingers into this box, it is incredibly cold inside. It feels like you just dipped your fingers in liquid nitrogen, and you instinctively react. You pull your hand back. There's no damage on your fingers, but it's so cold that you actually, as you pull back, your fingers are steaming a bit as a reverse version of like if you were too hot. But yeah, so that is.
Gonna be like shaking my hand like, oh god,
cold. So I get intrigued by this, and then I stick my umbrella in, like just the tip.
Just the tip. As you do so, give me a dexterity-based awareness.
Damn.
Okay, so you got an unnatural 20, which is very high. So as you stick your thing in, you're able to basically see ice crystals start to grow around the metal ring around the tip. So like there's a plastic tip and then a metal ring. The plastic tip is kind of just standing. Actually, you see the plastic tip cracks like straight down the side as if something's like crushing it. And the metal ring starts to have a bit of ice growing on it. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's literally whatever moisture is in the air is literally just freezing onto the metal. So the ice isn't coming from the box, but it's caused by the box.
Can the rest of us see all this happening?
Yes, this is in plain view.
And then I use the tip to poke the ogre.
Ogre is very cold.
Because it's funny.
Elise is gonna walk over from the snack bar with an empty plate and just kind of slam it over the hole of the box and be like, all right, kids, let's not be moths to a flame here. Clearly there's something going on.
Why is that box so cold? Can I try to steal the 2 coins in the thermometer?
Sure, give me a sleight of the hand again with disadvantage because you're right in front of everyone.
Just gonna be real casual about it.
If she fails, can I slap her with my umbrella?
Sure.
Sorry, that's a +2.
So a 7 plus 3 is a 10, which I think between everybody else you're not unseen. So you get a small smack from Tamara.
It's for the children.
What children?
I don't know.
So I was just gonna hang on to it for you. I promise. You know,
what I would like from Berlin is an Arcana check. Oh, okay. Never seen something like this because the 2 gold pieces, after you go to grab it and then you get smacked and then you're like, oh, I didn't get the gold. And then you look back up, the gold is now gone, but the little red line has gone up a tiny bit.
All right, friends, I don't want to alarm you, but I have reason to believe that this box is haunted. Just like that one anime. Oh my god.
My life was reincarnated as a donation box.
We clearly just went isekai here.
Actually, you know what? With that comment of being isekai, give me a wisdom save.
9?
Yeah, nothing comes of it. But for the others, you kind of hear her say that, and you're like, okay.
Ghosts are real.
So at this point, you've watched
I said,
Money.
Ghosts aren't real.
Confirmed.
Very illogical. Actually, speaking of which, Malak, give me the closest thing you have to like an intelligence check.
My worst skill.
Okay.
Number one. Number one.
You yeah, very illogical, but at the same time you have no explanation for how gold would have disappeared and whatnot, but
on my inventory it says I have 1 gold, 1 fate coin, and 1 club. Do I have all those things?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have.
I don't know what a fate coin is, but
Put it in the box.
Would you like to donate your gold?
He's gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
Put the fake coin in.
Yeah, what's a fake coin? I don't remember.
Put it in there.
I don't. Yeah, I want to donate. I'll donate the fate coin.
Okay, you put in the
I think
fate
it had
coin.
to do with the game that my character is from. I think that's what it had to be. It has to be.
Give me whatever's closest to perception for you.
1.
Well, you get another adversity token.
Yeah,
Actually, you get 2 adversity
I
tokens.
do.
Yeah, you put in the coin and just nothing happens.
Look at what I found in my inventory. I have 4 pouches of tobacco. About to get lit. I'm gonna nudge Kelvin like, hey, psst, psst, got a little something.
What is that?
Tobacco.
It's oregano.
Do you want some?
What I would like from Kelvin too is not necessarily what Berlin is saying, but give me a know the zone check. Okay. With 2 successes. Again, you've been with your sensors impaired. You're completely sober right now, but the music, it's weird. It feels nostalgic, but you don't recognize it. And whenever you try to like listen to it, you like can't focus on the music.
That checks out.
Would you say anything about that, or would you kind of just notice it yourself?
No, I just like think about it myself. Like, oh no, that music. I just stand there.
Okay.
We're all together, right? So I was just gonna say, did we go to school with any of these other people, or is that just me?
Of course we did.
Lisa's gonna nod. And yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, I remember them too. Yeah, I was
Yeah, like I think I had chemistry class with her, that one over there.
yeah, that's Kathy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Kathy was her name.
Lisa's gonna like gesture off to a group of people and be like, yeah, we were definitely in gym together. Gym.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think that guy was
This gym.
basketball. He did basketball.
nice. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I guess whoever has like a deception check.
Am I gonna check my own deception? Do I believe my lies?
Give me a manipulation based persuasion check
Just her, or
for her. Well, her specifically, because that's the way hers is done.
Ooh, I'm
Roland
so
just
good
gave
at
me a-
persuasion.
okay,
Nice.
and I'm just gonna do a deception. It's 14.
Convincing. All right, everybody's convincing. Everybody's a good actor here.
I'm good at lying. I lie to myself all the time.
You lie to yourself, and that's the first step to lying to others.
It's true.
So at this point, you are still basically standing by this donation area, and there's no one necessarily on the dance floor, and there's also no one at the food table. Everybody else just kind of seems to be crowded around. Actually, very similar to how Malak was earlier when you were standing off to the side in the corner. They all kind of are off to the side in corners.
My people.
We're in the middle of the room.
You're still kind of to the side, but not all the way to the side. You're like off center, basically.
Hey, Adam,
Yes.
how does the food taste?
Yeah,
Have you eaten it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I ate some meatloaf.
So Malak, it tastes just like your mother's meatloaf. Exactly like your mother's meatloaf. It's very nostalgic. You love it.
Surprisingly good for a reunion.
Yeah. You almost wonder if your mother was contacted to help cater or something, because like it's exactly how you remember it. What would have Kelvin had eaten?
Any little finger foods, chips and dip, kind of stuff.
What's Kelvin's favorite?
Clean food.
So you eat some you get these little like finger sandwiches and whatnot, and it tastes good. You have like memories of eating similar foods when you had like the munchies, and it kind of just gives you a good feeling.
Like a good feeling or a good feeling?
The latter.
Good.
Good. She's feeling good now.
Would Tamara have eaten anything?
No, just drinking my calories.
What kind of so there's like a punch, and as you're drinking it, for you, Tamara, as you drink it, there's almost like a copper aftertaste, but it's really good.
Okay.
As in, like, good despite the copper? Or...
Because I take a sip and it's so delicious. I'm like, what do they make this punch with again? I should get this recipe.
Can't remember.
Natural flavors.
Bugs. It's bug juice.
Oh. That's disgusting.
And what about Brillin? Would Brillin have eaten anything? And also Elise, would you have eaten anything?
What other food was there? I know there was like moon pies.
So, like, very specifically, there were like moon pies specifically, a cake, and then like a bunch of hors d'oeuvres and other food options. There's a meatloaf, evidently, finger sandwiches.
Mom eats meatloaf.
But there wasn't any more meatloaf because he ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, he used a fork.
No, yeah, I used the fork or the knife.
Little fork.
I thought you used the fork to like put the whole thing.
Well, he does
Yeah,
that. He does that
he did the
cartoon
one
thing where
slice.
and then takes
then
the
left it and
eats the
98%.
And Berlin probably would have just like gotten a bunch of hors d'oeuvres, and she'll have the cake.
Brilliant.
Like the
Brillin, there's a boxes of Pocky.
right. That's the one right there.
They have all of your favorite flavors.
I'm gonna grab like an entire box and then just start like munching down on it.
It's incredibly nostalgic, and you love it.
Reminds me of my childhood.
And Elise, is there anything you would want to eat?
Nothing particular to be picking at the table here and there, but avoiding anything that, for some reason, just avoiding anything that would be like poultry related, anything that might have chicken or duck or turkey in it.
So any kind of white meat you avoid.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a vegetarian option. There's chips. There's cake. So that those
Probably
are
having the
easy,
chips most likely, and whatever dip.
I have a question,
Really?
Adam.
Yes.
Do we know that we're on the moon or no?
It hasn't crossed your mind yet.
Because I was gonna say like, how they get up here?
So that was part of me trying to say something when you mentioned the isekai. That I was like, you don't remember how you got here. Actually,
Oh.
because you asked specifically, Brillin, you have like this thought in the back of your head. Have you ever been like so autopilot that you get somewhere and you're like, I don't remember coming here?
That's me literally driving every day.
Yeah.
Terrifying, honestly.
So that's like you, but like times 10. Like you don't remember. Not only do you not remember the travel, you don't remember leaving where you came from, and you also don't really remember where you came from. Like, did you come from home? Did you come from work? Like, where did you come from? You don't remember really anything before this. You just remember literally walking into this high school reunion.
Stressing a full Naruto cosplay.
Going back once again to the stoner, give me the not know the zone one. What's the other visual one you have?
Comprehend?
Could you give me a comprehend check, please? You get one success. Would you like to push it?
I'm curious what that does for me here, but sure.
You end up broken.
Okay, you get another
Nothing
success.
happens. Wow.
Oh.
You get another success. All right, so two
Really
successes
good.
total. You look around, and on the backsplash of the high school gymnasium wall, you see your high school mascot. It's a giant eagle, and you remember going all the time to the Tigers as they go and play their games. And everybody was a Bulldogs fan because everybody knows that the Wildcats are a really good team because the Lions are everybody's favorite. So as you look up at the big logo of the Panthers, you think of yourself as a true Knights fan and how the Cougars have brought yourself to championships and how the Warriors are just really cool, but you also aren't really into sports, but not into sports either. But the Dragons are pretty interesting. That was fun.
I'm so confused.
Guys, what was our mascot?
Isn't it like a bird thing?
I thought we were.
I thought it was
Weren't we a soldier looking thing?
I thought it was like a
Maybe it was like
kitty cat, like a big one.
Didn't you have a sword? She's like poking her.
I could have sworn it was like a bird.
Those things are always changing. I mean,
A bat.
you get,
It was a bat.
Ah, maybe. Batman?
that sounds right.
Malak, as a nerd,
Batman.
give me a defense check.
What?
Give me a defense
I
check.
refuse. Okay, here's not a 1. Okay.
Not
3.
a 1. You got a 3. All right, we'll take an adversity token. You remember being a nerd and that the jocks would always pick on you, but you don't remember who the hell the team was because you didn't care.
In my head, I was like, he really liked the statistics of but he can't like find his like book that he used to write in.
All right. Well,
He used to write in.
at this point, Brillin, give me a charisma save.
Oh. Okay. It's a 12.
Cool. You're not scared, but things are not cool. You're feeling a little off, like something's very wrong, but you don't know what, but it's also not like you're not in danger.
Just like this sinking feeling that I'm getting, right?
Yeah, you just have like a unnatural sense of dread. You don't exactly know what it is, but
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Oh my god.
Every day.
Dude, what the hell, man?
All right, I think maybe we should just go to the bar.
I like that idea.
Not think about dying.
And I'm going to pull out the bottle of wine that I have in my inventory and just
You snuck that in?
sneaking is a strong word.
Are there any windows in this place?
Is there any what?
Windows?
So there are windows, but they're like really high up in like small slits. So from where you're standing, you can't see, but there are bleachers. So if you wanted to look out the window, you could. There's also the entrance doors that you came from. So if you wanted to like open the door and look out, you could do that as well.
I'll climb up the bleachers and check.
Okay. So Kelvin's going to go up the bleachers. Tamara, are you doing anything or?
I'm just gonna watch him go.
Okay, cool. So Kelvin, you go up the bleachers, and then you look out the window. There's no roll necessary. And you look out and you just see a completely barren white landscape and a pitch black sky with stars, very much like a moon.
Do I think this is normal?
It doesn't freak you out, but also like it's a bit of a surprise, only in the sense of like you didn't expect to be on the moon, but also not like I thought I was anywhere else.
Hmm.
I'll
And he's the
back
only
to
one
everyone
who sees
else.
this, right? Okay.
Hey guys,
Yes.
Yeah.
we're on the moon.
No, we're not. We're in the gym.
Yeah,
improbable.
on the moon.
That's improbable.
I
What do you mean
mean,
the moon?
the big thing in the
Well,
sky.
Did you bring your own snacks again?
Oh, is that like
No,
a metaphor for
I
being
am
high, or
Annoyingly sober.
I'm gonna pull out my little pouch of like tobacco. Gonna be like,
He's so
That's not
high,
weed.
he's on the moon.
Yeah.
it's just a little, you know.
I guess I'll walk up the bleachers as well, like tippy toe to see out the window.
Okay. Yeah, anybody who looks out the window, you would see the same thing. Basically, a vast, empty lunar landscape with just a black, inky sky.
High school's always been here, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's
We're
always been
the
a great
moon
view.
men.
That makes
Moon
sense.
bat?
Yeah. That's our mascot.
Oh
Was
yeah,
the spaceman?
there's the guy in the big suit, right, with the
I told you you had
helmet.
a guy with a weapon. Who was there?
There's a spaceman
Oh,
with
you're
a sword.
thinking of his ray gun, his lightsaber.
There you go. So, do we know we're on the moon, or it just doesn't feel like we just don't feel like we're not supposed to be there?
I'm going to say that in this moment, it's not a panic-inducing thing, but it is kind of like moderately surprising. There's something at the back of you that's like, this is interesting. But then also at your forefront, you're kind of just like, that's a detail.
Okay.
Malak,
Yes.
give me an intelligence check, a smartness
Why?
check, whatever you've got, so you can fail again.
More
I will
diversity
be
token.
swimming in diversity tokens.
Hey,
I got a 3.
We'll need them later,
Three.
probably.
If you would like to
Probably.
spend 2 of your tokens, you can get a level 5
How many?
intelligence check. 2.
I got 2 to spend. Let's do it.
All right. So with a 5, the one thing that you know about the moon is that there's no air on the moon.
Yeah.
So you're in a building that has air, but you're on the moon, which does not have air. So cognitive dissonance, you're kind of just confused by this.
He's just always in a state of confusion, to be honest with you.
But yes, you have remembered this fact that the moon does not have air.
Is there like a latch on the window, like a normal window?
No, because these are just like tiny gymnasium windows. They don't open.
They're almost like the windows are like built into the wall.
Yeah, they're just like
Okay.
flat.
Gotcha.
There's the entrance door that you came from. If you wanted to look outside or something.
I
Is
remember
there-
where my lock. Sorry.
I was gonna ask if there was anybody like at the doors currently, maybe like a guard or a
No guards.
teacher.
No guards. What you feel like might be teachers are just mingling around. But by
Hmm.
the doors, it's actually pretty empty.
We should leave and investigate.
Investigate
Oh,
what?
Investigate what?
There's just a bunch of rocks outside.
The rest of the building.
Oh,
I was
Also,
thinking about my
this
locker.
room.
You guys remember where your locker was?
Yeah.
of course I
You think
do.
they changed the codes?
I would
No.
think by now, probably.
You guys ever like randomly you'll get your like high school combination stuck in your head? Like it happens to me like once in a while. It's so weird.
No, actually, I think I completely forgot all mine.
I put a post-it note at the top of my locker. I wonder if it's still there.
It's been like
I
10
remember that.
years.
Yeah, they're just
Motivation.
really not clean here.
Owner.
Nobody has touched it in 10 years. A relic.
They've definitely not reassigned that locker.
No, of
It's
course
a
not.
shrine to Tamara the Goth.
Painted
Oh,
black.
One
yeah.
house of the school for all of time.
So around the room, there's a big double door with the exit sign above it, and then there's two doors that exit from the gymnasium, but into the rest of the high school, and they go in two different directions.
I'm gonna go towards those doors. I'm gonna go find my locker.
Sure. Tamara starts heading towards a door that leads further into the building.
I follow.
I'll follow too.
Okay. For Tamara, Malak, and Kelvin, the high school is a moderate high school that you remember. It's not like a super city school where there was like 10,000 kids in it, but it also wasn't a like small town school where there was like 500 kids in it. Somewhere in between. So there's a moderate amount of classes everywhere, and you remember the vague like directions of things, but you don't remember like super details of the school. Brillin, are you also going with them?
Yes, I'll also tag along.
And Elise, are you gonna go with them or
Might as well.
okay?
Yay, peer pressure.
All here.
All right.
Classic.
As the gang moderately leaves the gymnasium, no one stops you or anything like that. As the doors shut behind you, the music super noise suppressant. Like the music and everything just turns off. You hear nothing from inside the gym anymore, and you are in a, for all intents and purposes, abandoned, quote unquote, high school. There's no one else in here. So you see a long hallway. You see a couple of offices nearby because you remember that there were offices near the gym. And then down the hallway, would be lockers and classrooms and things like that.
Do you actually remember where your locker is?
None of you remember the exact location. You feel like if you were close to it, you'd remember. You'd be like, "Oh, I remember this place," but you don't. You don't have like a map in your head where it's like, "I'm going to go to my locker specifically."
Yeah, I think it was this way, right? I mean,
Yeah, lead the way.
We can find it eventually.
make it till I make it. Yeah, it's down this hallway by the, that room.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a classroom
Well,
and
with the
fluorescent
chairs.
lights.
Art class. Definitely.
Yeah, oh, that one. I just start like patting and touching the walls as we go by. One of those kids.
Tamara, give me a wits-based awareness check.
Oh yeah, 18.
You make your way, and as you're touching the lockers, they feel cold, but not like that box is cold.
Okay.
It's just like it's nighttime and no one is here to heat the high school other than that gymnasium, because why would they? But it's also pretty clean, like your fingers pass along the lockers with no obstructions, and you come to a couple of classes. You come to what basically looks like a science wing. So there are a couple of like science classes nearby if you wanted to peek your head in or not.
Do I see a Bunsen burner?
Not from where you're at, but if you wanted to go into the classroom, you could.
Okay, I'll open a door. First one closest to me. Is it unlocked?
Yeah, it's unlocked, surprisingly. You make your way into the science lab. Do the others come with you?
Hey guys, this
Watch
door's
the hall.
open.
Oh, my favorite class.
Yeah, I'll peek in.
So the group goes with you?
Sounds like it. Well, except for Malik, he's watching. He probably doesn't fit through the door. Do you fit through the door?
He just turns sideways and goes right through. Which was annoying when he used to have a backpack, because
Always knock the door off the hinges.
It's one of those little like side bags, you know, or like a little carry binder case.
So you make your way in. This science class has, instead of desks, you have several different stations. So there's a sink and some nozzles that have gas to go to Bunsen burners. There's some drawers underneath that probably have like graduated cylinders, things like that. And as you guys look around, you see that there are posters on the walls. There's a whiteboard, books left around. It's not like immaculately clean, but it's also not dirty. But yeah, as you guys look around, Kelvin, give me a know the zone check.
While he's doing that, can I write Tamara was here on the whiteboard?
Sure.
One success.
Just
I
add
do
the
that little,
random
like-
90s S for no reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Superman.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm doing it.
Dusty.
So, with one success, Kelvin, you look at the one closest to you, the station closest to you, and you remember, like, oh yeah, that little nozzle leads to gas. So if I put a hose on it and put it next to the Bunsen burner, and then I just do the little clicky thing, which you also see the little lighter grabby thing, you could just easily set up a Bunsen burner, and you remember that being a stoner for lighting up after class.
Classic.
Tamara, I found a Bunsen burner if you want to use it for anything.
I mean, I just like watching the flames burn.
Oh,
But yeah, I find some paper.
Kelvin, give me a 1d20.
4.
Cool. Something about what Tamara says pulls at your soul.
I know how to make fire, right?
Like
Like
innately?
as Kelvin.
Like,
Yeah.
no, like right now you don't remember
Damn,
that.
Okay.
But there's something that pulls at your soul at that at that mention.
Yeah, I like making fire too, or watching fire.
Tamara, if you want to set up the Bunsen burner or have Kelvin do it and then burn some paper, you could definitely do that.
I make a super burner, so I'll put pipes in the two closest ones, and then I'll connect those to one big pipe that then goes to the one Bunsen burner.
Sure. You guys.
Do you
set
know what
that
you're
up.
doing? You're not gonna blow us all up here, are you?
Yeah, I did this all the time
Yeah,
before.
we know what we're doing.
You're gonna stand like towards the back.
Which
Can I
of
go
you would-
look around? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
of course. No, definitely. Berlin's looking around. Kelvin, as you, well, Tamara and or Kelvin and or maybe anyone else, who would like to use that little clicky to make the spark to actually get it to go?
Me. And can I use my jury rig check?
Sure, give me.
I can't imagine ever using it in this game.
Can we like both reach for it?
Sure, you both reach for it, but Kelvin's got a little bit more enthusiasm, which gets him a little bit quicker. You're disappointed, but you're like, okay, this guy
That's
wants
right.
Yeah, fire.
Malak's like pushes up on his glasses. This isn't safe.
it.
Shut it, nerd.
Kelvin, as you click it, give me another 1d20.
Another 4.
Okay, another 4. All right. As you click it, there's a spark, and there's equally a spark that kind of happens in your brain, and you just kind of remember like pyrodynamics. And as you kind of just look at the device, and it's just pure metal in your hand, it's not something that's supposed to burn. Your hand and it just engulf in flames. It does not hurt you, but it's just on fire, and you're just standing there holding this device in front of an on gas valve. What would you like to do, and how does everybody else react in this moment?
Can I poke the fire with the bottom of my umbrella?
Whoa! Your hands
The
on
fact he's
fire!
on fire doesn't bother you at all. You just want to poke it with the umbrella.
I just want to poke it with the umbrella.
I mean, that's fair. As you do so, the plastic tip actually distorts a bit. It's already been cracked, but it
Right.
distorts a bit. How are the others reacting
melt?
to Huh? It doesn't
Is it-
melt, but it distorts. How's Elise and Melak and Brillin reacting to Kelvin's hand on fire?
I think up until this point, Elise would have been leaning against the door frame, like out to the classroom, just kind of like observing. And I'm just gonna like sit up for him and try to be like the voice of reason of, okay, maybe we should try to find a fire extinguisher.
That was my.
No,
Check
no,
that
it's fine.
out,
It's fine.
I'm gonna-
assess
Fine.
injuries, go back to the auditorium, not set each other on fire.
There is a sink at the station if someone wanted to turn on the sink for water.
I'm gonna turn the sink on.
I throw
Get
paper at it.
Water.
So random
I love
papers
it.
flutter through. Tamara, give me a dexterity based craft.
Okay. Ooh. Nothing.
I'll just like slowly shake my hand trying to get the fire to go out. Not really worried.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you throw paper at it, the hot air blows the papers away so they don't get burned, but they kind of just flutter everywhere. So now there's just paper flying around. So Kelvin, what was it that you said?
Just like shaking my hand trying to get it to go out.
Sure. Before you even shake, you are like, I want this out. And then it just, poof, it's off. And then you already just instinctively shake your hand once and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh. Do it again.
I'll try to do it with my other hand.
Sure. You do it with your other hand. Your hand catches on fire. Give me another 1d20.
I'll remember eventually.
If it's a 4.
Not a 4.
There we
Yeah,
go.
There you go.
19.
It's a 15 plus 4. As you get your 19, memories start flooding back to the point where it becomes like a headache of your life. You're not from high school. You never went to high school. You're also not from the moon. But at the same time, your self-preservation is like, I need to not necessarily scream and run away, but kind of continue with
Figure out
these
what's
strangers.
Yeah.
Because you definitely also remember, I don't know these people.
Who are you people?
So how you wish to react with this knowledge? Your left hand is still on fire, and you have a headache.
I'm gonna
Same.
shut it off and kind of rub my temple and like look around everyone else a bit more cautiously now.
How are you doing that with your hand? Do you have superpowers? Do we all have superpowers? Should I try?
No, it's just a trick I picked up with a little bit of booze can light your hand up real quick.
Why'd you rub your head? Are the fumes getting to you?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you still haven't actually lit the Bunsen burner. It's just been your hand so far.
I'll turn off the Bunsen burner.
Turn off the gas. Okay. All right. Well, everybody has watched Kelvin's 2 hands catch on fire. What I would like from who would have been closest? Tamara?
Yeah.
Tamara, please give me a wits-based medicine check.
Ooh,
That one. So with your 4, you're just like, yo, that guy was on fire. That's not normal. If anyone else would like to investigate him, you could. Brillin, you were at one point looking elsewhere. What types of things were you looking for?
Leftover valuables.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. You find anything of value.
That's a 3.
Nope. I mean, there's a lot of plastic tubing, which is like scents. There's nothing of value left in this room. Anything would have been taken by the students or the teacher.
Well,
All the good stuff's like locked away in storage cabinets or something like it. It's just not.
is there a storage cabinet in the room?
I mean, you don't remember where it would be, to be honest, because you never.
Well,
Malak, as a nerd, is there anything you're doing in this room and or because of Kelvin's fire?
Is there like a teacher's desk?
There is a teacher's desk, yes.
He's gonna go to the teacher's desk and investigate it.
Sure, give me whatever your perception check is. Damn it. So with a 5, it's enough to look at the desk. You see some textbooks on there, some ungraded paperwork on the top, and then there's a locked drawer.
A locked drawer. No. Can
Give me a
try
strength
to-
check.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Hey,
Okay,
a 15. All right, you rip off the door, or not the door. You rip
out
open the
the
drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lock breaks as you pull it, with a loud crashing sound. You are able to open it. Give me a 1d20.
Oh boy. 7.
With a 7. Yeah, you remember smashing things, which is strange because you don't smash things. But yeah, a weird memory of smashing things comes into your head. But that dissipates as you're like, oh, the drawer is now open. And in here, you see a set of keys, a little bit of money, and you also see some like loose papers of not importance.
Oh, okay. Does it have the name of the school on it?
The papers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I read?
I don't know. Give me an intelligence check.
No.
You can do it.
Come on, you can explode. I know you can.
And
One.
that one.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you see letters and you're like, those are letters, and then you
Those are
ignore
words.
the papers.
So yeah, he grabs the set of keys and the money, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you take it's like $8.
$8. Yes. American dollars.
Moon dollars.
Moon dollars. Classic.
They strangely look very similar to the Canadian banknotes, so kind
So,
of
yeah, he's-
plasticky.
He's gonna yell out, I've got some keys.
Where
Ooh.
to?
I walk over. Do I see the papers?
At this point, the drawer has been reshut, so he just has the keys. He's had his money and the keys.
But it's also broken, so you can just open it whenever you want.
Permanently opened.
Yeah, maybe some papers flew out when I flung it open.
What are the keys for?
He tries to read anything on the keys and he can't.
As you look at it, not only would you not have been able to, but they're also not labeled in any sense.
They look like
know.
regular keys or like old school? Like, do they look like keys for a door?
They're not like those old like skeleton keys where it's like a circle with a line and then a thing. It looks like a regular like modern key. But they're of different various shapes and sizes. There's like the little tiny ones. There's the big ones, the thicker ones, the ones with like the big heads. But yeah, so it's a heavy set of keys. There's more than 10 keys in this key ring.
So we've got the keys to the kingdom. Great.
Mm,
That's already unlocked.
Maybe not
there are-
everything.
maybe they can go to something else. Did it just unlock all the like cabinets in here?
It unlocked the one cabinet you broke.
And how did they get it in there? Wait a minute.
They locked it accidentally. You saved the teacher.
That's where all the
Uh,
final papers were.
Yeah.
Did we go find the loudspeaker and just relay lots of messages to the people in the building?
You could try to go find like the main office.
Ooh. The principal's office.
You could go to the principal's office.
Let's go look there.
All right. So, having somewhat forgotten where the principal's office are because the nerd and the weeb have never been there. The class
Of course.
clown, the goth, and the stoner
Perfect
may or may
child.
not have been there, but you forget. But you can definitely walk around and wander and try to find it if you would like.
Let's do it.
All right. What was the name of the principal?
You remember.
Brilliant.
know-
Give me a history check.
Slipping off the top of my mind.
Remember it was
It was a-
Who's that guy?
you know. Who-
yeah.
Principal guy.
That's a 9.
You remember that it was a woman, and you remember feeling like she did a good job guiding you as students or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like a vague remembrance. You don't really remember much more than that.
Mrs. Something Something. She was a good principal, I think.
Buttersworth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Buttersworth.
Mrs. Yes, that's the one.
The name has a familiar ring, but probably isn't your.
I'm just going along with.
Lisa just, she never found any of my jokes funny, so I didn't bother to remember her name.
Didn't you get called to the principal's office? Like,
You were
all the
hilarious.
time?
I remember.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was hysterical. So why should I remember her name when she would insult me by not laughing at any of my jokes?
You know,
Probably
that's
because she
fair.
was the butt of them.
Malak, give me an intelligence check. In this case, you almost want to fail.
I can almost guarantee you that I will.
Also, have you been giving
That's
yourself
when-
some
that's when
additional
you-
tokens?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're gonna get like a 20 as you just
Right.
explode 5 times.
A 3.
So still. Yeah, you remember Elise's funny jokes. They're funny. You find them funny.
They're the funniest jokes I know. Or I've heard.
Lisa do like a little mock bow.
Kelvin, what I would like from you is I forget, is there an Endora check or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you give me that, please?
Oh, no.
Okay. So, as this is happening, you're finding it that it's almost like waking up from a dream. The memories of your dream are quickly fading away. Whatever you remembered about this reality, you're forgetting. Like the 4 of them are talking about this principal. You don't remember there being a principal, and they continue to talk about the school and all these things, and you no longer really remember very well. It's like I said, remembering a dream that you just had. As you look around, though, you remember more and more about your real life, and you remember your world. But again, you're surrounded by people that don't seem to share this worldview.
I'm finally just Kelvin now.
Pretty much.
Never done weed in your life.
He's lit up.
Not on purpose.
All right. So with that, it seems like the group is going to try to find the principal's office. Is that where everybody's plans are to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kelvin, are you going to continue to follow with them?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you guys go, who's leading the charge to find this principal's office?
I guess I am.
Okay. Malak, give me a awareness check? Hey, okay. Well, no, I thought that was your 4. I forgot. So you got a 4. Yeah, you're going unknown to you. You're going in the wrong direction of the principal's office, and instead you find yourself in the library. You see various shelves of books. You see different tables where people could read, the information desk, also different rooms off to the sides. But yeah, you find yourself in a library, which, as a nerd, you've spent a lot of time in. Brillin, you know the anime section like the back of your hand.
I was gonna say, is there a manga section? I will line right there.
Brillin just makes a beeline for the manga. Malak, what about you?
Balak's gonna be like, I don't think this is it.
I don't think this is the principal's office. Smart.
Lisa just like pat him on the shoulder, like, you tried, buddy. You tried. You got it somewhere. It's okay.
I don't remember where it is.
Tricky offices, always moving.
Brillin, as you're looking around, give me a investigation check.
Okay.
Oof,
It's also
okay.
a 4.
So with a 4, you remember where the manga is, but you don't remember like where your favorites are. They're not in an alphabetical order, which is weird.
Damn.
And you kind of just like looking around, you're like, what the hell? And you're just like instantly confused by these books.
So many damn books.
But as like a high school library, it's only like 4 shelves tall, so it's not like these tall things. But you do feel lost a bit, like as if it's kind of bigger than you are.
Hello?
Tamara, you're in the library. What are you thinking now?
I had stolen the whiteboard pen. Find the
Okay.
glass. I just write, Tamara was here.
Very fair.
And I'm like, I didn't realize this place was so big.
Give me Give me a 1d4. I just want to see what color ink you have. It's either red, blue, black, or green.
You really like defacing things, huh?
Keeps things interesting.
Okay,
Lord.
it's red. It's a red ink. Give me a 1d20.
Okay.
Something about on the window, the way that the light shines through the red ink, a ping in the back of your head. It also brings back the memory of that copper tasting punch that you had. Both nice things, but you don't remember why.
Maybe I should get a red lipstick. Interesting. I guess I'll just walk around and like touching books and seeing if anything looks interesting.
Okay. And Elise. So Brillin and Tamara have gone around. Malak is impressed by the library, and Kelvin's kind of being cagey. What would you like to do from here?
I think he'd go kind of like just looking through the aisles, seeing if there's any books that pique her interest, but never like straying too far away from another member of the group.
Okay. Give me, if you can, just give me a 1d20.
Does that work? Okay.
Okay. With a d10, you find yourself drawn to a location where it's kind of like princesses, and you see like a poster for Snow White, and you see out on the table a book for Cinderella, and you're looking around and you just find yourself kind of like drawn to this place. Give me a 1d20 as well. Okay. With a 4. It's just like the echo of a memory. Maybe you were here once before, but it's been a long time. So going back to Malak, pretty much everybody's abandoned you now. What would you like to do?
He's like, are we gonna try and find? Are we gonna try to find the principal's office? Does anybody know where the principal's office is?
No, I can't remember.
Do we hear him?
Are there signs?
No.
At all?
No, there's not.
Oh, I can't read.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, this is an interesting feeling for you, being a nerd that can't read.
He remembered, like,
I feel
he
it.
remembers reading books, but he actually didn't read any books.
He just like looked at the pages and just made it up in his head, you know. You're like, oh,
His
great.
teacher just was like, yeah, he's so creative. He makes up everything.
Everybody's so creative.
Malak, give me an awareness check, please. With a 2, you start wandering into the library, and without noticing, you knock over a stack of board games. You've walked into what looks to be like there used to be some type of like board game club that would meet here, and you just knocked over a bunch of board games. Give me a 1d20 with advantage.
Huh.
Okay. With a 13, the tumbling boxes of board games really resonates with you, and you have a bit of a, not anxiety attack, but kind of just like, oh God, like, why is this familiar? A very strong sensation. And with the four of you guys in this room, Kelvin, what's going through Kelvin's head?
I don't trust anyone right now. I'm in full self-preservation mode.
So in self-preservation, the 4 of them have gone to different areas of the library. What would you be doing next?
Keeping tabs on them, just like making sure I know where they're all at.
Okay, cool. Give me a comprehend check or a know the zone. Either way.
I can comprehend. Fuck.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, they each go in their different direction, and it's impossible to keep tabs on all 4 of them. I'll allow you to follow one of them if you wish, or you can just stay by the door.
I'll follow Malak because he's the scariest.
All right. So Malak is kind of in the front where there's a bunch of seating areas, and you see him, and he's kind of just like got that 1,000-yard stare of like, oh God, as he's just got like a bunch of spilled board games around him. And from here,
And he picks up a little troll. And he,
so
so familiar.
Here we're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back and okie dokie.
Okay. We should have everyone try to guess what well, I guess the viewers should have to guess what games were from.
That'd be
Technically,
fun.
they wouldn't know ours though.
I mean, they would know at least the system.
Yeah, like the system.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Like what tabletop game?
All right, let me.
We'll be right back.
We will be right back.
Yep, be right back.
Yeah.